What's up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to the Berserk manga. This time I'll be reacting to volume 18, the chapters Tower of Shadow Part 1 and Part 2. Looking forward to seeing what we got in these couple chapters. Obviously, we left off last chapters in the shadow of a of a giant tower, the holy ground, I do imagine. Casca looking up at it again. Casca is very much in question at the minute, isn't she? The fact that she was smiling at those horribly kind of mutilated bodies. Near the end of volume 17, again, lots of questions about Casca, but it seems like Guts isn't too far away, so hopefully we'll get to address those soon. Obviously, we took out a load of these Baki Rakan, I think is the word, horses, and we saw an old face as well, watching on with some very strange faces. This guy again, I forget his name, but he has returned with these weird men. Again, they look inhuman, but I actually, funnily enough, again, think all these guys that we've seen so far are human, except for the really white-faced, long-eared priest demon guy who judges the witches. But again, almost everyone else so far has been human, which is quite interesting. But yeah, looking forward to seeing what these Tower of Shadow bring us. Make sure you let me know what you guys think about these chapters down in the comment section. Leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date with these reactions. I think the couple chapters after these are going to be very interesting as well, just based off the name of the chapters. But let's get right into it, guys. Conviction Arc, Birth Ceremony chapter, Tower of Shadow Part 1. There's that sign again. That symbol. So look at all the refugee camp. Crap load of tents. Oh goddamn! It's really pitch black, isn't it? They did start off. Was it last chapter? Just like, yeah, it was just pitch black. A lot of darkness already. I mean, even for Berserk, a lot of darkness already. Yeah, it doesn't look awfully nice. Of course, you wouldn't expect it to, but like creepy, doesn't it? This place. That's just, I don't know why this person looks so scary, but I think they're actually the ones scared. You'll just look. What else can they do here except for look out their tent? To be fair. Again, another priest. Heretics. The work of heretics. Heretic hunts will again scourge. Shh. Heretic hunts will again scourge the world for this land. That is a realistic worry during these times, isn't it? I've brought this up a lot, these witch hunts, but it's like, I mean, the fact that it's being done by a demon is scary the fuck enough as it is, but I mean, even in like the real world, it's quite scary. Imagine at this time thinking about just how many people were kind of wiped off the face of the earth, and how many could be. You could theoretically just kill everyone in the world if you wanted to, if you're in a high enough position of power, just by saying they're all witches. It's quite the good excuse, isn't it? Is this some kind of sign then, or something? I guess maybe like a sign there might be witchcraft nearby. A little bit like if you guys have seen the Blair Witch Project, like little I mean, this is not the same as that, but little kind of pieces of tree like put into an anagram or something. Anagram is not the right word, is it? Pentagram. Yeah, honestly, I watched that movie a lot later than it came out. I think when it came out, it was a massive thing, wasn't it? So I kind of missed out on that. I think I was about maybe 4 or 5 years old, 6 years old perhaps, when that was out. So didn't know about it when it came out, but I honestly thought it was okay. Obviously, shaky cam at that point. I mean, growing up again as a horror fan in like the 2000s, it was ball ache getting through the fucking the shaky cam kind of phase after Blair Witch Project. There was quite a few shaky cam horror movies around that time, and kind of webcam type movies as well. Weren't also great. Yeah, it kind of brought about a bad time in horror, but I appreciated it watching it. There were some decent moments here and there. Overall, it was quite boring, but I can appreciate it for what it was. Like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, for example, the original one. It's not my favourite horror movie ever, but I can appreciate just what it done. Again, watching it so many years later has a massive effect on that. Oh shit. Well, I was wrong. I was kind of thinking this was maybe just two pieces of cloak. One piece of cloak looking extremely like the Grim fucking Reaper and his scythe that we see. Again, I'm gonna probably keep going back to this. The Revelations chapters in this really just really set everything out really well, didn't they? It's extremely like this. Like the tree is the skeleton, and obviously the cloak, and like the branch was the scythe. But yeah, I think this is what we're worried about, isn't it? Mass executions for heretics and witches and such. Just an easy excuse to kill a load of people. We obviously see the wheels, which I brought up last time. We haven't quite seen these yet, but perhaps these are to do with the Baki Raka laying there dead, perhaps. Then there's going to be a great battle, isn't there, between the Midland Army and the Baki Raka. And you got this, which I still don't really know about, this earthquake stuff, followed by raging torrents. Just something we can keep going back to, I think. Those 2 pages in particular. Got a little glimpse of Puck and the little girl at Godo's. Always cute, isn't it? Yeah, this not so cute. I mean, what even happened to this guy? All of his bones and insides are gone. Probably maybe picked at by like crows or something, but I don't think crows split people open like that. Something happened before this. Kind of reminds me a little bit of that death in Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Or was it 3? 3. Nightmare on Elm Street 3. I mean, it's not similar at all. The one where like one of the right at the start, where like Freddy brings like the veins and tendons of the guy and kind of puppeteers him. Kind of reminds me of that, with like this guy's split open right there, and probably from the legs as well. I mean, his whole legs are gone. Yeah, that is actually looking at it, it looks like even like this part of his hand's been kind of ripped off as well. That's just, however this guy died, it was a nasty death, wasn't it? Oh shit. Whose fucking eyes are these? Scary eyes. Scary eyes. Oh yeah. Again, I bring this up 2 times about this fucking vision. It's not like this at all, is it? I mean, I understand what you're going for, but you don't see like that. Maybe partially blind people see like this. You don't see like this. This is not the view. Like, you're trying to give us this person's view, but this is not his view. It would be like as we're saying right now, of course. Have these kind of black parts. But yeah, some creepy eyes looming in the darkness. Not sure why they're so creepy, but they are. There's the little kids. They got a bit more than tents here. They do have some food and stuff, and a wagon of sorts there. One wagon. Still, not a great environment. Babies. What are you going to call these babies? Witches? They're the babies of witches, so they're witches as well. Probably the argument, isn't it? Stupid as it sounds. So the kids are fighting over a rat. I didn't even spot that. They're fighting about whose family gets to eat it or something, perhaps. Sad, isn't it? Probably has the plague. Probably has the fucking plague. They're really going ham over that rat as well, aren't they? Bloody hell. Couple of fighting with some wooden sticks. I'd be surprised if the rat just, oh god, rat just bit you and ran off. Couple more bodies, looks like here. These ones not quite as messed up. Maybe these guys did die from the plague. This is how they usually would carry or something similar to this. They'd put them in something like this, and I brought this up a few times ago. Like, you bring out your dead people. it's funny, isn't it? But I say it's funny. It's tragic. Bring out the dead person, your dead neighbour or your dead family member. Just put them in one of these outside your house, and then go back in like nothing happened. So many people were dying. You just chuck your mother, chuck your father, chuck your sibling in one of these, and then on with your day. Who is this? Is this Barnice and her crew? Alms. Please, alms. Fools! These are offerings to the monastery. Charity is rationed to each of you every day. What are alms? It's like these guys wandered up from the side of the mountain. That vegetable crap soup ain't enough. I bet you people eat your fill every day. Have mercy. Stop that. Please, have mercy. What are you doing? Oh no. The Holy Iron Chain Knights. Badass shot of him right here. I hate these. Man. I hate the sound of that guy's voice that does that advert. Is that a pregnant woman? Oh no, that's just a sack of something. Talking about horrible conditions, I was trying to remember yesterday about I think I watched a video on it. Can't remember who, a YouTube video I think, about that guy from Japan who they made a TV show about. Sound like it could be anything. And they put him in like a house with nothing, like absolutely nothing, no food or anything, and he'll have to win his livings every day through some kind of newspaper raffle or something, or some kind of contest through a newspaper. Every time he'd want some food or something, and it was for a long time, and it was absolutely brutal. Like, you get sued millions for that anywhere else, I think. Yeah, I was trying to remember that the other day. Quite interesting. Has nothing to do with this, of course, but talking about bad conditions. I think for the majority of the couple of years he was doing it, or however long he was doing it, months or so, he was just eating rice every day, just plain rice, which it doesn't sound too bad. I mean, obviously it's bad to an extent, but you wouldn't put it past someone to eat rice every day. It's not unlivable conditions, but they'll also do mean stuff like take it away and stuff like that and intervene. It's quite weird. I can't really remember too much about it other than that. I was trying to remember the other day, but I can't find it. It's very interesting though. Japanese TV shows are absolutely mental. Absolutely mental. Seize them all. Let none escape. Really? These awful bastards. These people are just looking for a bit more than fucking veg. Far East telling them to fucking do that as well. These rat bastards. This is all of them. What are you people thinking, laying hands on offerings to the temple? Is this what believers do? They are sick. We've only had watery soup for days. Most of the trees around here have been cut down. We haven't firewood for the winter. Our bodies just can't take this. We've called on the Holy See for provisions, medical supplies and other commodities. You aren't the only ones suffering. I mean, probably true to an extent, but to an extent. I mean, you might be suffering, but your suffering is probably very little compared to these people. Just left in the middle of nowhere, ready to be sorted for something, with food that you give them that is pretty much just water. No certainty of their future or life of their kids or parents or anything. So it's not exactly the same as at Farney's. Not exactly the same at all. Look at these fucking poor people. You don't look too bad up there. I mean, yeah. I beg you. The child hasn't even enough strength to nurse. Even strength left to nurse. He's on the brink of death. He needs God's divine intervention. Divine protection. Briefly back to the branch incident. Again, I did not spot at all that Serpy go through that fucking branch. Did not spot that at all. I kind of like the fact that it could have been divine intervention there, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, it wasn't the case. He needs God's divine protection. What? See, Farleys? Very well then. Instead of just blindly believing all this holy see shit. I mean, oh, there's this fucking... Yeah, there's the only demon we've seen so far, I think. Is this guy. Where's your god now, Farnese? Where's your fucking god now? Pretty fucking badass shot, isn't it? Simple horse. But it's not for war or anything, is it, of course? Just like a show horse, pretty much. I say a show horse, it's just a horse to ride about on. It's not meant for battle. In light of your boldness, God shall show his mercy. By killing them, let me guess. By killing them, by putting them out of their misery. This fucking guy. Looks so strange, doesn't it? It really reminds me of Ushiyama from Golden Kamuy. His nose looks like the forehead of Ushiyama. And again, still don't know if these are kind of goes with kind of funny. It kind of reminds me a bit of Jotaro. Still can't tell if this is like part of his head or part of his hat. These are his long, floppy, elephant-like ears. He does look a bit like an elephant, doesn't he? In a strange way. Or if they're just part of the floppy part of a hat. Again, you'd see like stuff like this on like those woolly kind of Russian type hats. Not on a top hat. This isn't really even a top hat, is it? It's just some kind of, yeah, I don't know what to call this. Father Mozgus. I love his name. Mozgus. But what of discipline? I have considered that too, naturally. But the facts that I happen to be here, that she broke the law for her own child, and that she was captured before me, are surely all God's guidance. Before me are surely all by God's guidance. I say love need not know fear. A self-sacrificing pure love shall find reward. Is that what's going to happen here? Self-sacrifice is what? Is that what's going to happen here? Are you going to kill her so her baby gets food? Let's hope that's not literal, but wasn't the nicest guy ever, is he? And it's not even a guy. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm sure she wouldn't mind that much, but I guess she would, because who the fuck's gonna look after a kid? These will come to the monastery for now. He's going to take those people with him. What are these guys doing? Is this how they give them their food? This how they give them their food? I mean, I know hygiene wasn't a thing in these days. Oh, is that what they're giving them? You're fucking kidding, aren't you? One, this is how they give them their food again. The fucking plague's going about. Let alone all the other diseases and shit. But look at the fucking state of the food they're given. What is half this? It looks like the top of a fucking turnip. The top of a turnip. An eaten apple. And stuff. Another eaten apple. And I'm not even sure what the rest of this is. Pretty sure there's a rock in there. Pretty sure they give him a fucking rock. It's disgraceful. I mean, just the fact the way they're doing it, even if it was good food. And I'm pretty sure it's their fucking bin. Pretty sure they're chucking their bin out. That's disgraceful, isn't it? One, even if it was good food, the way they're doing this is disgraceful. Two, the fucking look at the state of that. What a disgrace. What a fucking disgrace. These kind of look like the spikes that might hold people on, like what we saw in that Revelations first panel, but maybe not. Oh god, these things were horrible, weren't they? Horrible form of torture right here. / execution. I've always thought these looked creepy. I've seen quite a few video games with some of those in. A horrible way of killing someone, isn't it? Restraining them so the crows just feed on you till you die. Horrible. You can be up there for days and kind of be okay, but give it a few days, you'll lose your energy, and then the crows will just start picking your eyeballs, your fucking chest, everything. Horrible. Horrible way to go. Horrible way to go. Yeah, and you really do not want to be living in this age. Again, as much as we know Berserk is a miserable fucking time period / universe. A lot of this stuff is really real. A lot of the inspiration from Berserk is very real. And you did not want to be living in these days. You really didn't. Lead them that way. Yeah, as much as I've gone on about this guy's design, it really is a cool design, isn't it? I do like his design quite a bit. It's intimidating. It's weirdly gentle, makes it quite intimidating. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone. But it's kind of smooth. Lead them that way. Almost uncharacteristically undemon-like in a way. Although he very much does kind of look like a demon as well. He also looks like he could be a kind of nice guy. Quite scary. It looks like a Resident Evil character. And I imagine a lot of Resident Evil characters are probably based on this guy. But it looks like a fair few Resident Evil characters. Lead them that way. Do not worry. You will see them again later. I'm sure we will. I imagine they're probably sacrifices or something demonic. Can't imagine any good's going to come to them. You must come hither. Then that just means here. You must come hither. I will Google that just to make sure, but I think that's like with and here. Hither. 2 or towards this place. Yeah. Again, just another fancy way of saying here. I said this about the mayhaps. Yeah, stop fucking overcomplicating this stuff. Say here, my dude. It's shorter. What's going on here? Is that a pipe? Giving him a pipe. Honestly, fucking fair play. Any kind of rest, I say rest, any kind of respite or relaxation will probably be quite appreciated. A little smoke, probably do them good. That's sad you have to say that, isn't it? Smoke is good for someone in this situation. It's better than what they've been through. Amazing. You have to say that. This little smoke with this cigar, I don't actually think he's giving it to him. Oh, he is. Maybe it's like some medicine or something. Yeah, I think it is some medicine. But I mean, if it was a smoke pipe, probably would again be the best thing that happened to this kid for a long time. Which is very sad. There. That swallow. He seems to have settled. With rest and nourishment, he should recover straight away. Oh, yes. Bag of bones, doesn't he, this kid? Well, it looks like they're treating him okay for now. Again, this guy looks like he could be kind. It also kind of looks like he could be kind of squinting there. And again, that's what makes it quite unnerving, isn't it? I too have sent a letter requesting aid to the Holy See. It should reach them rapidly. Also, I will try to convince the abbot to divide some portion of the offerings from before amongst the refugees. Why is he being all nice now? Abbot, I don't know what abbot means. I've heard that before. I don't know what it means. A man who is the head of an abbey of monks. Okay, what's an abbey? The building or buildings occupied by a community of monks or nuns. Okay. Okay. What can I say? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I did nothing but execute the will of God. The child will bear the weight of payment later. Again, there's some kind of catch here. It's all too nice, isn't it? It's really all too nice. He said sacrifice earlier. I have a feeling that this mum's going to die. Now come hither. Your faithful service awaits you. This just says he's got ulterior motives here, doesn't it? Wow. It's like something out of that horror maze or something. Oh yeah, look at this. Its face. It's angry looking monkey face. These guys as well. That metal mask. I've seen, it kind of looks like a bit like Doctor Doom's mask. They did used to, I'm surprised we haven't seen, I think, yeah, we did see one actually, didn't we? I was surprised we haven't seen a Witch Doctor mask in this series yet, but we did see one a few chapters ago, didn't we? From one of these guys, I think. I mean, yeah, look at that. Yeah, this. Well, it's not really a Witch Doctor mask. It looks similar to a Witch Doctor mask. I've always found them really cool looking. It's kind of similar to a Witch Doctor mask, isn't it? It's a beak instead. I can't remember what they were for. I think there was something to do with the plague. I'm pretty sure. I can't exactly remember what they were actually for. Witch Doctor masks. I think they'd use them in when they were viewing like medical treatments and stuff. Again, they wouldn't actually use them while doing a treatment, but I think again, from what I remember, obviously a lot of doctors would wear them to avoid stuff like the plague and that. I think again, what was I about to see here? Like how jump scare right there, fuck me. Jump scare from a piece of paper. But yeah, I kind of forget. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued now. So they're also named plague doctor masks. Keep away bad smells such as decaying bodies and the smell taken with most caution, known as miasma. Oh yeah, the gases in the air, especially near London and such, I think are pretty bad. A noxious form of bad air. This is what was thought to be a principal cause of the disease. That's kind of right. I didn't actually know it was for the smell. Kind of a bit of a pussy move, really. Although I imagine again the smell back in those days probably disgusting. Like what we saw there with the horrible gases again, probably especially in London and around those busy areas. Imagine the smell of the dead, like when I said about the people taking their bodies out and just chucking them on the carts and going around the street collecting the dead. Again, there's quite a funny bit about that in one of the Monty Python movies. But yeah, you can imagine the smell again. People would just chuck their shit on the road outside. They'd just chuck out the fucking house on the road outside, and you'd be walking in poo. You'd be smelling poo. You'd be smelling dead bodies. You'd be smelling the horrible gases. You'd be smelling disease. I mean, again, you really did not want to live in those times. It's amazing, kind of amazing, kind of made it out of those times. To be honest with you, I think that just goes to show science is just massively influential in life, isn't it? Massively influential. But again, I do find that stuff quite interesting. Again, I did study about it a little bit. But yeah, did not want to live those times. And you don't want to smell those times for sure. You did not want to smell those times. Smelly times. Okay, let's see what this is. It's drawn so gritty, isn't it? Bloody hell. Okay, so I got. Well, I mean, half of the shit I'm looking at here looks like saw traps. Okay, so there's loads of people hanging. I'm not even sure they're dead. I think they're just waiting. Up there. Just hanging upside down. But it looks like all those people, what we just looked at from a couple chapters ago, all these gimp soldiers, is what I call them, are having a little bit of fun, I guess. Like, what? They're walking in on this shit. What are they going to be? What is Farnese going to be thinking when she sees this? She should be thinking back to that experience she had with the horse. This is a similar type thing. Just different. What the hell are you doing here? What are you feeding this woman? Probably some. I don't know. Okay, so we're gonna. There's so much here to go through. I'm gonna try and go left to right. Obviously, we've seen this. It's got a woman on some spikes here. Like what's that? What's that thing called? Like, there's an actual name for this, isn't there? I forget what it's called. I've seen a few horror movies with stuff like this where I've seen it. I haven't seen the Audition Japanese movie, but I've seen the scene from Audition where she uses her little paralyzing needles. I think she actually paralyzed him and then used the needles. Actually, like I said, I haven't actually seen the full movie. Yeah, that's actually a guy. This guy's getting needled in the back and getting stabbed all over. No idea what's happening with this person. Again, looks like a fucking sword. Half these things look like saw traps. Woman's getting her legs pushed up, maybe breaking her legs off or something. This guy's getting a treatment with the little spikes as well. He's been chucked on there, fucking head first, front facing, I should say, and he's just looks like he's just scraping his back. Give a little massage, a little massage of knives. Lovely. Is this their form of fun? What the hell else are they doing here? Also, do you reckon? Are these the same people that just got led that way? Or are these different people? And is this, if these aren't the same people, is this going to be the ultimate fate of those people? Probably. Jesus Christ, there's so much here. I think we've almost got through it. I didn't even notice the big guy at the back there. This guy, I'm not sure what he's doing. I think he's the only one not. I don't know what he's doing. Getting some balls, maybe. Maybe these are like molten, kind of hot, and he's got some really hot balls here that he's got to do something with. Well, this guy again in also like he's in an electric chair, but it's just another spike chair. They like their spikes, don't they? They really like their spikes. They have those kind of collars, like those little chuckable bear traps almost that have a bit of spikes in as well, don't they? These guys do like their spikes. And yeah, this last one here is this guy. Probably about to crush this guy on a kind of spinning machine. Interesting. Okay, this was ruthless. Oh, there's more. This guy's getting. Oh, Jesus Christ! This guy's getting a roller pinned, but as with everything with spikes on, you tell these guys spikes, they say yes on anything. Bloody hell! Some weird feet, this guy, hasn't he? Strange feet. This is some crazy shit. I feel like I've seen that. I feel like I've seen something similar to this somewhere. Yeah, that's brutal. Imagine that. Like I thought the Far East whipping of guts was bad. My God, I'm just getting grinded like this. Again, no idea what's going on here. I don't know if I want to know really. And this guy. Oh, there's like a fire there? Or is he just getting spun around to a fire and then get a brief respite and then back into the fire? I thought he was going to be crushed, like squished down. Oh, what the hell? This is like something out of bloody Hellraiser right here. Kind of boobs ripped off. And this guy's nothing's happened to this guy. But I think that might be just as bad. Witnessing all this. Nothing happened to you yet. You're witnessing all this. You're like, holy fucking shit, what's it gonna be for me? Either way, it's gonna be pain. There's no instant deaths here or anything, is there? Pain. Pure pain. Jesus Christ. This is still the first chapter, isn't it? We've still got another chapter today. Bloody hell. Yeah, that's the reaction. Fucking hell. This guy is pissed, isn't he? I know he's pissed. Serpico, gaping mouth, Farnies as well. This is the first you have set foot in this room, I believe, Miss Farnies. The noise is being heard right here, I think. The environs? No idea what that means either. I have to look that one up. Are they his eyes? Scary looking eyes, aren't they? The environs. I'll have to look up what that means. The surrounding area or district. The surrounding area of this Albion monastery, comprised now a den of sinners. The garden of the holy house where God's will is studied. It is deplorable. Thieves, rapists, murderers. What's deplorable here? The people that done this stuff? I mean, yeah, to an extent. It is bad. Would you not describe that as what the fuck is happening to these people as well? Jesus Christ, that was quite the panel to stomach, wasn't it? And above all, heretics. He's really pissed off with that word, isn't he? He hates heretics, doesn't he? He hates fucking these non-believers. I think I'm not exactly sure on the definition. I'll look it up just to be 100% clear, but I think that is like a non-believer / someone that does go against God's teachings and such, and teaches others about and makes other people try and believe that as well, perhaps. A person believing in or practicing a religious heresy. A belief or opinion contrary to the orthodox religions. Yeah. Recently, another monk was murdered in the refugee slum. His mercilessly flayed skin and robes were hung upon the bough of a tree. So that's actually a monk hung up there. Well, all of a sudden, I don't actually feel too bad for that piece of skin. Or maybe they done that to fucking set them all up. Maybe more likely. Who knows? How would the yeah, I don't know. This scene here is fucking ridiculous. Thanks to the information supply. Thanks to the information supplied by a thanks to the information supplied by our zealous believers and the devoted work of the Holy Iron Chains Knights, we were able to capture many suspicious individuals. Upon inquisition, more and more of them are confessing to being heretics, and many among those have become converts. How truly delightful. Fucking poor woman, yeah, I feel your farnies. Jesus. Oh, I've seen this shot before. Thou shalt not avert thine eyes. I've seen this shot somewhere before. Fucking hell of a shot, isn't it? There's been a lot of really... I don't remember seeing too much from like Twitter and such about Berserk, but there's been a lot of memorable ones with Farnese in, like with the horse and this guy. But a lot of really awesome stuff, isn't there, in these in this After Eclipse Berserk so far. Yeah, look at this fucking... It's a hell of a shot right here. Hell of a shot. Thou, with his eyes wide open like that, really emphasises it, doesn't it? Thou shalt not avert thine eyes. I think the way he speaks as well is just a proof of, even if we didn't know he was a demon before, so it's again an old English, isn't it? I think it probably just speaks that he's quite the old demon. Some adverts. I was playing some music the other day, and I went off for a while, and it was playing this advert that was like an hour fucking long. Crazy. Do you know what they do on mine? I noticed this the other day when I went back. I usually just, some of you guys probably done a YouTube video before with when you monetize it, you go through, you set everything up, you do the description, you do the comments and all that, you do the cards and whatever, the end screen. You do the adverts and you place when you want the adverts to be. Cheekily enough, if you turn adverts off and then you turn them on, it'll randomly put adverts, and it puts like one every 2 minutes. It's crazy. It's like 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, and it's like, how are people going to watch a video if you're going to have an advert every 2 minutes? But even more strange is if you do put adverts, and I put mine usually like 5 minutes in, 6 minutes later, 7 minutes later than that, like a kind of ever creasing amount of time between adverts. They always double it. Like you put one advert in, and you go back, and there's two where there would be one. They're always doubling it as well, which is strange. They like their adverts, YouTube, don't they? Sneaky little bastards. Because again, you would have thought you just have one advert, but when you go back and look, oh, these cheeky bastards have put two where I wanted one. Yeah, so getting off point. This hellish spectacle is one aspect of the Holy See to which you belong. God does not rain benevolence alone upon this earth. He is also a strict arbiter. Thou shalt not flee. Your love and courage which led you to violate the law while trying to save your child should be extolled. But sin is sin. Oh shit. I knew it. So it's actually a fate worse than death and sacrifice, to be honest, isn't it? It's a fate of this. I don't even know if you can call this torture. A room full of fucking... Yeah. This. How... It's crazy, isn't it? These guys are the religion. These guys are the holy people. It's crazy. It's quite funny as well, because I mean, probably not as much in real life, but I imagine in real life that probably is a front for some stuff like this. Some people do use that as a front. Don't get me wrong. I think the majority of Christians and religious people are right in what they... Right is probably not the right word, but kind of just in their beliefs and such, and is just that. But again, I think probably has been skewed by some people to again be a front for this kind of activity and such, and a kind of yeah, at least somewhere. Crazy. This guy is really fucking awesome, isn't he? I'm liking this guy a lot. I mean, I'm not liking him a lot. I'm not liking him in the fact that he's a great fucking villain. I'm liking him in the fact that he is that villain. Like, I don't like him, which makes me like his character, if you know what I'm saying. He's a great character that I don't like. I think sometimes some people can kind of have characters that you're meant to hate and think they're bad. But this is a character you're obviously not meant to like, but he's amazing, isn't he? His presence, like I said, is just jumps off the page. It really does. But sin is sin. Oh god, he's doing this shit again. And we've only done one chapter, and I'm pretty sure it's been like an hour. Bloody hell, what a start this has been to this video. You possess such courage. I was kind of thinking we might get into the stuff inside this building in the next couple chapters, but looks like it's today. So yeah, you possess such courage. I do so want you to overcome this trial provided by God. This guy is like genuinely like in belief of everything of all this, isn't it, as well? Like, everything he says is the truth of what he believes. It's crazy. You can tell from the emotion and the joy he has here. The snot and the liquid. Crazy. So this is what those things were for. They are kind of like boiling. Oh, look at that. They're like boiling hot coals. Bloody hell. Well, this place is giving me the jizz, man. This place is like one of the worst places ever in media, isn't it? If you could have one room to not go into, this would be one of them. Fucking hell. I brought up Hellraiser. That would probably be a room you don't want to enter as well. That room that kind of sucks up the blood and stuff. Behold, see how your brethren have wasted. Behold, see how your brethren have waited anxiously for you. Thou shalt not fear. Entrust all into the Lord's hands. So yeah, I think if, like I brought up a minute ago, if the fate of these guys wasn't this, it is now. Bloody hell. What the fuck? Like, this is actually quite a reserved fucking... Oh, I've fucking done it again. Sorry, guys. I'm going to have to reload. It's actually quite the reserved look on this girl's face. I mean, it's a look of absolute terror, but... it's stunning, isn't it? That's a tame reaction to this shit. Honestly, I wouldn't be mad if... well, I wouldn't be mad. Probably a wrong expression, but... it wouldn't be surprising if you had a fucking heart attack. Look at all this. Even as like an 18-year-old boy, for example, having a heart attack would be a just reaction to all this shit, knowing that you were about to fucking go through this. And again, look at these faces here. This guy, he's gonna be outraged, isn't he? I know he won't like this shit. I mean, I don't think any of them are gonna like it, but we know this guy is very classical, don't we? He doesn't stand for whatever this is. As they strap her down. Oh, is she getting the burning coal treatment, is she? Honestly, probably one of the least bad ones. I mean, it's still horrible and painful as fuck. It looks like this guy's... I don't even know how to describe it. It looks like he's just been burnt with a giant hot coal on the foot. I mean, excruciating, don't get me wrong. Actually, probably, I wouldn't say it's one of the worst ones. There's a lot of bad stuff here. I'd say this is probably one of the least bad ones. I mean, I know you're like lying in spikes, but eventually you'll probably just go numb, right? With this, it's just constant bloody burn back. So you've got no feet left, I imagine. No! This is the woman screams out. Fucking hell. I hope Guts finds this fucking place. I hope Guts finds this place. So I love to just sounds very American. I love to just go to this place with an AK-47 and just go ham, just spray everyone in here. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this guy's got the same idea as me. Guts can't wait to slice up these guys. Medieval boob job. You know what? Actually, probably true. I'm not sure this is a fact. I'm not sure if I even heard this somewhere, but I think at some point, I think I might have heard this somewhere. I think at some point they did. This was like a technique to grow people's boobs. I'm not sure it was ever that fashionable, but you just pull, and that does the job. And it probably does to an extent, but I imagine it hurts like hell, and it probably just stretches the skin rather than. Yeah, I don't know. Wow, well, that was a crazy chapter, wasn't it? Fucking hell. Fucking hell. I mean, we've got a lot of crazy chapters in this whole arc, haven't we? Bloody hell. Okay, second chapter. Conviction arc. Birth ceremony chapter. Tower of Shadow part 2. It's just horrible to think about. There's a second part to this. As we see another body getting picked at by the crows. This one's eyeball's not quite eaten yet, so they have now been taken. Lovely that the title's covering that up. A little bit of a shame, honestly. Yeah, took him down to the muscle. Do you reckon this guy might be still alive? Possible that this guy's still alive, isn't it? Maybe. I don't know, actually. Might have bled out from obviously a giant lack of skin, perhaps, but I guess it might be possible. It kind of reminds me of that scene in 7 where the guy's still alive at the start of the movie. Is that the start of the movie? I forget. The old the guy that like he was rotting. I think he was rotting, and he's still alive. Let me go. I ain't killed no priests. I ain't no heretic. Oh, that's just hanging up there. This one's not even in one of those cages. This guy's just hung up on a tree. Again, this is the fate that would bestow someone that was in one of those cages. There was eyewitness testimony of the crime itself. We will investigate that next. Will I was about to say Rosine. Will Barnice? Will she? I feel like she won't be so okay with taking these people and arresting and bringing these people here any longer after seeing this shit. I hope. Imagine that you find some people doing some wrong stuff. You rightly arrest them or whatever, but you know that you're taking them there. So I'd never arrest anyone again, personally. But we know Farnice likes to avert her gaze, don't we? Save your rot. there ain't a one who's come back safe yet. Yeah, that isn't true. If you're proven innocent, you will immediately alms. Oh Lord, alms. Another half-dead baby right here. Is that still got some umbilical cord? No, I don't think so. I think that's just wrappings. And fucking yeah, half dead indeed. He's already got flies fucking going around him. Jesus Christ. Yeah, you know if you're in handcuffs or taken by these people, you're fucking gone for. You're done for. You're already dead. Well, you're not even already dead. You're already tortured. And you're dead. God damn it. Who did this? Who? Who set me up? I'll kill you! When I come back, I swear I'll kill you! You ain't coming back, my bro. Gah! Bring him along. Damn you! Oh well. That guy lived off the fears of other people around here. It's because he didn't fit in with the rest, so it's good for riddance for him. Damn both and the... Sorry. Both... damn him, both and the rats. Damn both him and the rats. Sorry, I'm reading this completely wrong. It's because he didn't fit in with the rest, so it's good riddance for him. Damn. Both the rats and the scapegoats make me want to vomit. This girl's interesting, isn't she? She's the one that kind of helped Casca a little bit last reaction. Was she saying this while having sex? So she's having fun. Probably the only person in this place having fun. Good for her, I guess. How about a little focus? Oops, whoops. I'm sorry. Is this okay though? Your fellow soldiers are hard at work out there. Oh, so this is a soldier. Makes sense. I mean, he's not skinny and brutalized, so should have known really. But you're here even before sunset. You don't like it? It's not that. You're special. You come here this way every day. Glad I'm not just a job. You probably are. That lady commander seems frightening though. I worry that you'll get in trouble. I don't like the commander. None of us do. Didn't know that. We know that these guys are all kind of like rich kids and such, and they kind of sacrifice a few of them. And again, the choice of going after Guts all that time was pretty stupid in my opinion, so understandable, I guess. Understandable. None of us do. She opens her mouth, and it's duty, faith, or some crazy order, and she doesn't give us a word of thanks. She's not as skilled as a man, nor does she excel in command. Well, it is tradition that the leader of the Holy Iron Chain Knights be a woman, but if she's ornamental, I wish she'd tried harder to act like it. Purely ornamental, hey? Purely just a showpiece. I'm sure it's pretty hard. The only woman among a bunch of men. Well, Casca knows about that, doesn't she? Oh shit, what's happened to Casca? You libertine. I can't see why they work so hard at this twisted duty. Uh-oh. What happened to Casca? Mummy. Elaine! This is the work tent. I told you not to come in here. Jeez, is that her name for her? Elaine. Okay. I told you not to come in here. Jeez. Oh, that scared me limp. Literally. Sorry. She's my little sister. What's with the bandages? She needs them for the job. Syphilis. She had some bad luck. It's already started showing on her face. Brilliant. Again, in places like this, understandable. This is inevitable, really. Lovely. That's a P. I'm not sure I like this girl, to be honest with you. Not sure I like her. That's a P. I guess I'm done for today. Sorry. I'll give you a freebie next time. Here. The usual fee. And then this. Whoa, pretty. Well, she's prostituting herself right here. Again, pretty smart thing to do, to be fair. But she's got it nice in this place. Looks like she's got it nice in this place, doesn't it? Look at the little innocent Casca there, averting her gaze. It's pretty expensive. Nothing the masses could afford. It's pretty useless, is it not? It's a bit of jewellery. Like, I find it pretty amazing, to be honest. You're given jewellery and you value that a lot right here, where people are dying and people are in these... it's hard to put in words, really. That you value in something as silly as something that looks nice in a place where, again, where a bit of bread would be fucking the world to some, would mean the world to some people. And there's nothing here for anyone, and you're actually finding value in this. I find that pretty amazing. In a bad way. Nothing the masses can afford. I'm glad. But isn't it kind of wasted on me? I mean, these are pearls. Maybe I've just done enough. Once my duty here is through, I'll take you back home with me. This guy really looking like a Guts knockoff, isn't he? Really look like... He did look a bit like Guts when we first saw him, but he looks like a very much a knockoff version of Guts / Ash Williams, doesn't he? I say Ash, I bring Ash Williams up a lot. I will say he probably is quite a big inspiration for this series. I think when you guys did tell me about the issues they thought they might have with Guts, having like the metal arm like Ash, and again, I don't see the problem in that, but there definitely are quite a few similarities, aren't there? I feel like people with missing arms and something replace them is quite common, isn't it? I mean, that's not something you can kind of copyright or anything, much as people probably will try to. I don't think Sam Raimi and the people involved in Evil Dead will try to. The studios, again, I've said this before about the studios, all the movies being by different studios, because again, that's just how rotten little studios are. They had to make it by different studios every time if they wanted to do a new movie. Once my so yeah, if there was trouble, it would again probably be with the studios, but I don't think there'd ever be any problem with the creators of those movies. They're quite brilliant people, aren't they? I saw some Twitter stuff about the new poster for the latest Resident Evil, Evil Dead Rise, which I'm looking forward to a hell of a lot. Yeah, I saw some stuff about them kind of copying other posters for their poster. It's just the demon in the hallway, which is a very average poster, isn't it? And I find that honestly pretty nice to see that a horror series that gave so much and inspired so much is being inspired from a very kind of generic horror kind of poster. It's quite ironic. The series that gave so much takes back, and people aren't happy with that, which is funny. But yeah, enough of these. This episode's going to be really long. Hopefully you guys are okay with that. I'm in a lot of spewing a load of nonsense, haven't I? Once my duty here is through, I'll take you back home with me. I'm quite ill as well, so I'm surprised I've actually been doing okay. As the next head of the family, there's no way I can marry you. That's lovely. But hey, nobles everywhere have their mistresses. I'll set you up in luxury. Wow, wow, okay. What a deal. Your mistress. We'll bring your sister too. Get her a good doctor. What's she doing? Thank you, Jerome. Though, I won't hold my breath. No, you probably shouldn't either. Oh, interesting. Again, I'm not sure I like these people. I swear, if I took every sweet nothing I heard seriously, I'd never make it as a prostitute. Make it as a prostitute. Yeah, very true. Hey. We heard that, Luca. You guys. Lucky you, Luca. I'd love to be told something like that by someone. Not even nobility, just a wealthy young merchant. Or you'd like to be told you're going to be a... Why is that person back there like Griffith? It's like a sheep mixed with Griffith. Yeah, I mean, what, you'd love to be told that you're second choice. That you're not worthy of being someone's wife. Okay. The best you could do is a shop apprentice. What are you joking about? Isn't it best to be in good with the officials when danger comes? That's what I say. Right, I mean, you know, I feel like that's what she's going for here. I mean, she's obviously getting paid by the guy, which is good enough, but there's also that perhaps bit of protection from the guy, which he probably would want to protect her against usual kind of thieves and such, but against the Holy Iron Chain Knights and the demon that we've been seeing, I feel like he won't stick up for her at all. So it's kind of pointless in that regard, but I mean, she gets payment, which is good enough, isn't it? No one else is living the life she's living here. I kind of appreciate that in a way. I kind of appreciate the fact that she's doing something here. But again, I'm not sure I like her that much, to be honest. But yeah, look at this person. It looks like a sheep and Griffith kind of combined, doesn't it? The hair really looks like a sheep. So yeah, Luca. Yeah. I know, come in. Oh, is she going to give them some? That's really nice, actually. I might have just sweetened her a little bit for me. She seems nice at points, but she also does seem quite ruthless, doesn't she? As with her kind of thoughts on that guy that we saw that was going to be brought to the torture chambers earlier. And she kind of helped the army with that guy a few chapters ago as well, with the people that were ambushing them. There's good, like with everyone really, isn't it? There's good parts and there's bad parts to this woman. Don't need it all at once. We know. You always save us. And then this. Oh, that knight gave you that too. Wow, that's so pretty. Breaks it. Like I said, it seems pretty fucking stupid, doesn't it? The situation we're in. Wow, what a waste. Listen to me. Divide up the pearls evenly among everyone. Huh? But it was for you, Luca. They are still worth something, aren't they? So I guess they can. I'm not sure where you'd sell them here, and you'd probably get arrested, right, if you tried to sell them here, or if someone found them. But what the hell, you guys got pearls and arrest you. But yeah, I mean, this is a nice side to her here, isn't it? Maybe I was too quick to judge. But honestly, again, before this, she didn't really leave a great impression on me at all. It'll take an equal share, of course. Didn't we decide from the start? Each person's income will be shared equally among us without exception. But, yeah, something expensive like this. Listen, Pepe. Really, that's the name? Pepe. Pocket. These names are quite crazy, aren't they? Lucy, there's one normal name there. Pepe and Fuck it. Fuck it, Pepe, Lucy. Listen close. Is it fuck it? Forket. Forket, probably. Could be French, perhaps. We're prostitutes. Wait, these girls are prostitutes as well? That is disgusting. It's a job that's at best shunned and scorned by society. Yep. Still to this day. And we're working right in the middle of a heretic hunt, you know. Do you get how much harder that makes it for us to survive? Women, prostitutes, and a refugee camp during a witch hunt. Sounds like it's a recipe for disaster, doesn't it? It really does sound like a recipe for disaster. One bad experience, which would very often be caused by the man, I imagine, like that, and you're a witch, I bet. That sounds silly, doesn't it? Prostitutes. Prostitutes at a refugee camp during a witch hunt. At least we need to watch ourselves outside. So stirring up coals of envy and suspicion among other is absurd. I can't believe these little girls are all prostitutes. That's horrible. Again, you do what you need to do to survive in these situations, don't you? Well, it is disgusting. People are shallow things. If anyone has even a bit more than they do, they're jealous. Again, understandable because no one's got anything here. If anything, I think these girls have too much. Seems like. I mean, I know they're sharing it between themselves, which is quite nice, but as we've seen, there's plenty of people here with babies. Like, save the babies, really. Like, should be like the babies before anything. The kids, the women, the men, the elderly. Where would you guys, again, I'm not 100% sure about that, but where would you guys, probably a bit too much of a moral question on that kind of scale. Again, I think I'm pretty much correct for the most part, but I think the only debatable part would be like the elderly. Would you put them before the kind of adult men and women? Would you put them after the women? Would you put them after both the adult men and women? Personally, I would, because they're the closest to death, aren't they? Whereas the younger you are, the closer you are to life, I guess. Although everyone's alive, so there's definitely counterpoints to that, but that's just the way I see things. Again, don't want to stir up too much. It's not like I have major beliefs on that or anything. Or it's like even necessary, if you know what I'm saying. Like that, just ethical stuff like that will like never come up, I hope. A small difference makes them angry and hateful. Sadly, it's especially true for those like us who have nothing. That's not true. We all... Yes, that's why. We do this every day to prove we aren't that way. Our trust is backed up by action. We share a common fate. There's no other way for us to survive here. So she hasn't got syphilis. They just hiding her for some reason or something. Now, as always, we'll share half of our earnings with the neighbours. What? Again? What a waste. This is really complex, isn't it? As much as it maybe doesn't seem that way. You're getting this money. I mean, people are probably hearing you have sex and stuff. So you pay your neighbours off to forget about it, I imagine. Or maybe just out of the goodness of their heart. I can't imagine that's the case, but... They're paying off their neighbours, but what if their neighbours tell their neighbours, and then their neighbours, and then their neighbours? Like, this is not a controlled situation at all, is it? Quite complex in that manner. So as Casca looks to be choking on something. 1, 2, 3. One's missing. Didn't I tell you? It's to oh, sorry, I've read that in the wrong order, I think. Didn't I tell you? It's to avoid petty jealousy. The most dangerous thing in this world is to have too much. If you don't want to be rattled on, get out there and spread some goodwill around. The more I read, the more she is... Okay, maybe I spoke too quickly. I feel like I do that a lot with Berserk and stuff, don't I? Judge too quickly. I feel like I've always been a pretty good judge of character and reading. But I guess that's different with kind of fictional written characters, where you can expose more the further you go on. Whereas I think in real life with real people, a lot of it really is kind of set out. A lot of it, not everything, but a lot of it is kind of set out from the offset. But yeah, actually, she's very smart, isn't she? We know that for sure. But again, I think there's a kind of mix of kind of kindness and smarts here, to be honest with you. I don't think it's just purely one or the other. Yes, ma'am. Huh? One's missing. Oh, is that what Casca? She tried to eat one. Oh. That's no good. Have them bind them tighter. Oh. You'll have to deal. You'll have to deal if it's a bit snug. What is the point of this? Again, is it people not to realise that she's pretty or something? I don't know. A defenseless beauty like you wandering around a place like this isn't safe for even one day. So that is the case. She's too pretty. They got to hide it. Still looks pretty damn beautiful, even with the bandages, to be honest, though, doesn't she? You're just the right victim for the starving man. I really think that people should work to earn their own keep. But I won't make you. I can't force you without your own consent. Not as a fellow woman. Well, I'd hope so. Besides, the brand on this girl's chest. It looks like it means something. I can't even tell the others that much. That alone could start a scare around it being a witch's mark. Yep. Oh, so maybe that's where this stems from, the images that we saw of Casca at the fucking stake. Understandable. Brand isn't a usual thing, is it? There's a weird logo. Luca! This is one of our customers. Ah, yes, a customer. Just a sec. I'm glad she's the most popular one here. I hate the fact that these girls are doing this in general, but glad that she's the most popular one. Actual adult. That's me expecting that this girl's an adult. She might not be, to be honest. I'm just kind of assuming because she's so smart and savvy. Nina, I'm going to do one more job. Please take care of everyone's meal. And Elaine. Sure. Little sheep girl. And also this. I told a doctor customer about you, and he gave me this as payment. He said to drink a mouthful morning and night. Thanks, Luca. Looks like she's got some kind of illness. I really did speak too quickly about this girl, didn't I? Again, she didn't seem that nice from the fact that she... horrible. Again, glad you're not born in these times. Glad you're not a woman in these times as well. Glad you're not a woman in these times. People talk about being a woman nowadays being difficult. You've got more rights than ever nowadays. You've got kind of the world at your feet nowadays compared to now. Compared to then. The difference is crazy. Yeah, that's hilarious. What was I going to say? Yeah, I did speak way too quickly. I did speak way too quickly about this woman. These last few panels have been really nice, haven't they? Actually, and very smart, seemed nice. But oh yeah, I remember she did seem quite brutal. Like I said, with the chapters in the last volume of her kind of helping out the army by giving up the people attacking them. It kind of seemed a bit wrong, if you know what I'm saying. Like to get involved in the first place, but to also help with the capture of those people just seemed a bit wrong. It's what gave me the wrong impression. And the way she was talking about the guy getting arrested there, I mean, he didn't seem like the greatest guy ever, what we saw earlier in this chapter, getting arrested, but I don't think you should root for people to get taken by these guys. I mean, to be fair, these guys don't exactly know what's going on inside that fucking castle, but if they did, then I'm sure they wouldn't be open other people to get arrested. Yeah, I do not envy that one bit. I mean, look at the state of that guy. Look at the fucking state. Look at the back there. Looks like the contraption we saw earlier. Oh, this guy's getting stoned. Bloody hell. Why are these guys so mad? I mean, these refugees and such, they haven't actually done anything. Like, some of them seem to follow this religion. Some of them are heretics and don't believe. Really understandable. But it's just mad they're doing this to one of their own. I think that's I think that's quite poetic a little bit in terms of maybe nowadays as well, but over history, governments and officials getting you to go against your own, if you know what I'm saying. Happened a lot through the years. I think it's happening nowadays a lot as well. Yeah, these guys stoning their own refugee comrade of sorts for being a heretic. And they're absolutely raging. I think this is just built up aggression, isn't it? At the circumstance and their uselessness. They're actually able to do something now and they're killing this guy. The rage on this guy's face, though. But yeah. Bro, don't ask. Just throw quickly. What's going on here? Look at this little rotter. Pick one up too big, did he? Why is she so stressed about her son throwing a rock? Everyone's getting involved as well. Oh. This little girl looks away and they're looking at her in a disgrace almost here, aren't they? She should be looking at them in disgrace. These fucking people. You're the ones throwing rocks at a defenceless man. Bloody hell. That's a look and a half, isn't it? I love the waves of this. Really creepy, isn't it? Really creepy. And again, it's not even inhuman. I said this before, a lot of the stuff from these chapters have actually been really human. Like, we've only seen one demon, really. Some of the scariest parts have been these human kind of parts, haven't they? I think that's what made the Chimera arc so good in Hunter x Hunter. The humans being the actual villains of that. The questions it brought up. But yeah, I love that shot. That's sick, isn't it? Yeah, it looks like she got kind of scolded a little bit almost for looking away. And now she's expected to throw a rock. I guess they're expecting everyone who's a believer to throw a rock to prove their beliefs by throwing a rock. Throwing a rock will prove my belief in God. Okay. This poor man, fucking hell. Surprised he's still alive. Just takes one bad rock to the head to kill you. She throws it, and under the peer pressure. I wonder how long this episode's going to be, man. Bloody hell. When did I start? I started at quarter. This is almost going to be 2 hours long. 2 chapters, by the way. Usually it takes me less than this to do 3. But there's been a lot to cover today, hasn't there? I don't think I'll be able to do my second video I had planned for today. Actually, I might do. Yeah, I probably will be alright. 'Tis the hawk! The goddess of flame's revelation. The hawk shall alight. After it repels the barbarians, it shall lead us to be one nation. One nation of demons. Probably. The hawk shall alight. Shadow now. Looks more like it's cast in the dark shadow than anything. Again, there is a lot of irony in this, isn't there? There is a lot of irony. None of you must forget this. Shut up, old man. Go away. What if someone mistakes us for heretics too? Ah. Elaine, don't. It's a pity. Father, shh. It used to be, I've wrote that in the wrong order again, sorry. It's a pity. It used to be us poor folk could get on well with the priests, but ever since this heresy business scared everyone out of their wits, Fabash. Couple rotten dead bodies, chilling by the river. Lovely. We get some dirty water. How are we going to wash our blood and stuff in the dirty river we're collecting to drink the water from? Like I said, you do not want to be living in these days. The bleeding won't stop. It's mixed with pus too, and the inside of my mouth is swollen. Has this girl got some kind of sexual disease? This girl actually got syphilis. I think so. Horrible. Maybe I'm done for. Ooh. Hope not. Ooh. Casca really is like a fucking baby, isn't she? Such a shame. She's such a strong, like what we saw about the soldier talking about Farnese and what she lacked and such. Casca had all that. She had everything. She was a great commander, strong woman in the midst of so many men. Now she's just a baby, pretty baby. The doctor told me, with this disease, if bad blood starts through my head, I'll go crazy. What does that mean? If bad blood starts through my head. If the bad blood gets to her head? Is that what that means? Will I become like you? Probably. Do you not fear anything, Elaine? Ew. She does. Which she does. Again, strangely enough, she didn't fear the sex earlier. She didn't fear the bodies on the wheels a few chapters ago, but she feared guts. Which is interesting, isn't it? Again, maybe that lies more within this. Maybe that relates a lot more than I think, her being scared of guts, but likes the kind of almost deemingly sight of the human bodies kind of torn to bits. Yeah, she's scared of Guts, the guy that goes against the demons and kills them and destroys them. Intriguing. Will I become like you? I mean, it's not even really an insult because Casca doesn't even realise, but very hilarious, isn't it? Here, we were in the shadow of that tower almost all day. Even though God is here, why does it seem so grave and terrible? Wow, you kind of hit it spot on. This place is pretty much like a little bit of a grave, isn't it? Is your grave? Scared. I'm scared. I'm scared, so scared. I can't stand it. Luca. I brought this up earlier. This place would be horrible. So much uncertainty for life. So much death. So much disgusting stuff. Nothing good here. Nothing good here. Except for potentially the bonds they kind of made. And that might be enough, but not. The disease of the stuff that can easily kill them. Dying. Of living. Damn. Scared of dying. She's scared of fucking living. I can understand why. Place. Of dying. Living. This world. God. Oh, don't be caught saying that out loud. Wow. There's a scene and a half here, isn't it? Can't stand it. Scared of lying, of living, dying, of this world, and of God. Kind of goes with what we saw with Jill and Guts as well. As there is no paradise. This is hell on earth. Everyone's got to deal with it. Yeah, I'm amazed we came. I said this earlier. I'm amazed we actually made it out of this period of time in the real world. I'm amazed. Could have easily ended kind of civilization potentially. Everything. So scared. I can't stand it. It's just looming darkness. This kind of visualizes her point here a little bit, doesn't it? It's her, and this is all of that. This is all that she's scared of: life, death. This giant, dark monolith. Oh shit! We did. So it's been a while, so we did kind of forget about this, but Casca is branded, of course, and she was only safe in. Wow, interesting. She was. This is probably where things are going to kick off now, isn't it? No guts in these chapters, no guts at all, and they were still fucking brilliant, weren't they? But yeah, we kind of forgot she was only ever safe in that hole at Godo's. And it has been too long, hasn't it? So the demons and the spirits are now coming. As we see, they're probably taking over these rotting bodies. Which again, I think this might spark some kind of more conflict perhaps with the actual priest demon that we saw. I think the demonic stuff is going to spark up a little bit now, isn't it? We end off with another like pure black page, which I feel like these pure black panels fit this arc really well, don't they? As much as I like a little bit of artwork, I feel like they fit the theme. Just pure darkness. Ah, oh, dear. Yeah. Yeah, I'm wondering will Casca ever be the person she would be. I'm kind of thinking she won't ever be the same. Kind of thinking that it was like a reset almost. It'd be pretty amazing if she did ever get her memories back, but it'd also be pretty horrible because she'd have to remember everything that happened. Guys, Casca's not safe. No one's fucking safe here. No one. Okay. So yeah, that is the end of these chapters. Again, apologies I took so bloody long. I don't think I've ever took this long on 2 chapters before, have I? Again, spouting a load of nonsense at times, but there was a lot here, wasn't there? There was a lot here. There was a lot in these couple of chapters. 2 really awesome chapters, to be honest with you guys. Again, I feel like it's just getting better and better, really, isn't it? This arc. It started out amazingly, don't get me wrong, but there's been some of my favourite chapters in Berserk in total. In the last arc with Rosine and in the start of this one. Again, I'm really loving the presence of the demon kind of priest guy. He's been amazing so far, but really interesting seeing. I was hoping we would get to see this a little bit more of the lives of the refugees. Again, it's probably not exactly. I feel like this girl's a really good representation of it, but probably not exactly the representation of like people like this. Although we saw that with the people that got took into the holy ground. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. We'll end off now. Again, brilliant couple of chapters today. Love these chapters. I took so long because they were absolutely brilliant, weren't they? But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about these down in the comment section. So many awesome pieces of artwork. So many disturbing, crazy moments. So many really hard-hitting moments as well with the girls here. Again, this was absolutely horrible seeing what happened to them, but again, it's just kind of crazy that a lot of this stuff that we see in these couple chapters, maybe not all the, well, to an extent, some of the torture stuff and that, but a lot of this stuff really did happen and it's based off real stuff. It's quite crazy to think about, isn't it? But yeah, looking forward to seeing more of this. Again, little baby Casca. it'd be interesting if she got her memory back, wouldn't it? But again, I kind of maybe hope that she doesn't, to be honest. But yeah, I hope she actually could be a functioning person. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, do let me know what you guys think about these chapters down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date with these reactions. I'll be back next time with the next couple of chapters, so I look forward to those. For the rest of the day, guys.